Pope Francis, the 88-year-old leader of the Roman Catholic Church, is currently facing one of the most critical health challenges of his life. Diagnosed with double pneumonia, the Pope's condition has rapidly worsened, leading to grave concerns about his survival. This has, understandably, sent shockwaves through the Catholic world and beyond, as millions of people worldwide have come to admire his leadership. His illness, compounded by his advanced age, has raised the inevitable question: what will happen to the papacy if Pope Francis does not recover? In light of this uncertainty, the Vatican has reportedly begun preparing for the worst-case scenario, with rehearsals underway for a papal funeral. This development, which has left many Catholics feeling uneasy, has also brought the Swiss Guard into the spotlight. Known for their distinctive Renaissance-era uniforms and their role as the Pope's personal security force, the Swiss Guard is now practicing for something far more somber than their usual duties: the funeral of the Pope. While these rehearsals may seem premature, they are part of the Vatican's long-standing tradition of preparing for the inevitable transition of the papacy, regardless of how challenging or emotional that might be. The Vatican has been carefully monitoring Pope Francis's health since he was first hospitalized with symptoms of bronchitis. While initially expected to be a minor illness, the situation rapidly worsened when Pope Francis developed double pneumonia, a serious condition that can affect both lungs and lead to severe respiratory distress. At his age, this condition is even more dangerous as his body is less resilient to the strain. Reports indicate that Pope Francis has also been dealing with other ongoing health issues, including sciatica, which affects the nerves in his back, making his situation even more complex. Pope Francis himself has acknowledged the severity of his illness, with some reports suggesting that he fears he may not survive this hospitalization. In one of his public statements, he mentioned that he might not recover, a statement that, while rare from someone in his position, reflects the seriousness of his condition. His humility and transparency have always been hallmarks of his leadership, and his willingness to share the difficult reality of his health with the public is no exception. Since his hospitalization, the Vatican has issued several updates on his condition. While the Pope remains in stable enough spirits, his physical state has deteriorated significantly. The Pope has reportedly been resting and receiving medical care, but has continued to perform certain duties as much as his health permits. His commitment to his papal duties, even in the face of such adversity, is a testament to his dedication to the Church and the faithful. In the years since Pope Benedict XV's resignation, Pope Francis has spoken about his own concerns regarding his health. It's clear that Pope Francis shares similar concerns about his ability to lead the Church for much longer. While he has not made any official announcements about stepping down, the reality is that he may eventually be faced with the decision to do so. If Pope Francis were to resign, the process of selecting a new pope would be set in motion. The College of Cardinals would convene to elect a new pope, and the papal conclave would begin. This process, though shrouded in secrecy, is a well-established tradition in the Catholic Church. The College of Cardinals is responsible for selecting the next pope, and they do so in a series of closed-door votes. Once a new pope is elected, the announcement is made to the public, and a new era for the Catholic Church begins. Pope Francis's health crisis marks a time of uncertainty for the Catholic Church. Whether through resignation, a natural death, or some other outcome, the world is on the edge of a significant transition for the papacy. Pope Francis has spent over a decade leading the Catholic Church, and his legacy is one of reform, humility, and social justice. He has worked tirelessly to modernize the Church, address pressing social issues, and provide a voice for the marginalized. His papacy has been marked by a commitment to social change, and he has championed causes such as climate change, poverty, and interfaith dialogue. He has also taken bold steps to address issues within the Church itself, including sexual abuse scandals and the role of women in the Church. His leadership has been both progressive and controversial, and he has left an indelible mark on the Catholic Church. But as Pope Francis's health continues to deteriorate, the question of what comes next for the Church becomes more pressing. The Church is at a crossroads, and the selection of the next pope will determine the future direction of the Church. The world is watching closely as the Vatican prepares for this inevitable transition. In conclusion, Pope Francis's health crisis has brought about significant uncertainty for the Catholic Church. While the Pope continues to fight for his health, the Vatican is preparing for all eventualities, including his resignation or death. The Swiss Guards' rehearsals for a papal funeral are a reminder of the traditions and rituals that govern the papacy. The Church is facing a period of transition, and the election of a new pope will be a pivotal moment in the history of the Church. Whatever the outcome, Pope Francis's legacy will continue to shape the Catholic Church for generations to come.